Dear soul, the angels gather around you today, bringing a message that touches the most sensitive strings of the heart and human understanding. There is a particular energy involving you, a directed attention that you may have already noticed in subtle changes in the atmosphere around you, or in glances that seem to contain more than simple curiosity. They speak of a specific person, someone who crossed your path and whose perception of you has become a focal point of intense thoughts and feelings. The celestial messengers wish for you to understand the depth of what is happening in the mind and spirit of this person, as it involves genuine admiration, a charm that transcends conventions but also places them at an important crossroads. The angels show clearly that this person is fully aware of your age, the years you carry with grace and wisdom. This is not a secret nor a detail discovered late. From the beginning, your maturity, your history inscribed in time, was a known fact. And here lies the beauty and complexity of the situation. Even knowing this, even with this clear and present information, this person could not raise barriers against your charm. Something in you, a unique combination of your essence, your inner light, your way of seeing the world and interacting with it, exercised a magnetic attraction, a fascination that disarmed preconceived resistances. It's as if your soul had spoken directly to their soul, ignoring the numbers that society often uses to define and limit human connections. This charm is not superficial, dear soul. It's not just about appearance or calculated gestures. It's something that emanates from you naturally, a vibration that resonates with authenticity and warmth. And it was precisely this that captured the attention and heart of this person unexpectedly. They may have tried to rationalize, may have sought logical reasons not to get involved, perhaps even remembered social norms or past experiences that suggested caution. However, the strength of your presence, the truth you radiate, proved to be more powerful than any mental argument. The angels describe this attraction as a soul recognition, a tuning that goes beyond expectations and usual patterns. This person found themselves surprised by feelings they may not have even expected to nurture, and this initial surprise gave way to growing admiration, a desire to be close, to absorb more of your singular energy. They perceived in you a rare quality, a depth that they perhaps don't find in other interactions, and this became an irresistible point of fascination. Your life experience, far from being an obstacle, added layers of interest, mystery and respect to their perception. They see in you not only the chronological age, but the richness of experiences, the serenity conquered, the understanding that only time can bring. But this admiration, this overwhelming charm, brought with it a dilemma. The angels indicate that this person is now at a point of deep reflection, a fork, where they need to make a significant choice. It's not a simple choice, as it involves confronting not only their own feelings, but also potential external or internal judgments, fears and uncertainties that this atypical connection may awaken. The central question that hangs in the air is what to do with this feeling, how to navigate this attraction that challenges the conventional. The intensity of what they feel is real, undeniable, but the path forward does not seem clear or easy. They are considering the next steps, evaluating the implications of allowing themselves to live this connection more openly, or retreating for fear of the complexities involved. This hesitation doesn't lessen the charm you cast, dear soul, but reveals the internal battle being fought. She feels drawn to your light, yet perhaps fears the intensity of this light or the shadows it may reveal in her own life. The angels ask that you show compassion for this internal struggle, as it stems from a place of vulnerability and sincere questioning about her own heart and the unwritten rules that often govern relationships. What I'm about to reveal next may change everything about how you perceive this situation. There are deeper layers to this dilemma that need to come to light. Before continuing the message, write this mantra in the comments. My heart is open to give and receive genuine love. This simple act aligns your energy with receptivity and the truth of unconditional love. Now, continuing the message, let's delve deeper into the nature of this charm and the choice that presents itself. The person in question isn't just enchanted, she's being confronted with a truth about herself, about what she truly values in a connection. And this truth is directly linked to her essence, dear soul. Your maturity, which could be seen by some as an obstacle, has become, in her eyes, one of the pillars of your allure. She sees in you emotional stability, a life perspective that is both comforting and inspiring. The way you handle challenges, the serenity you demonstrate even amidst turbulence, the wisdom that shines through in your words and actions, all of this paints a picture of a complete, authentic, and deeply attractive person. She recognizes that your beauty isn't just skin deep, but radiates from a place of inner self-knowledge and acceptance, qualities that are rare and precious. This recognition goes beyond physical attraction. It's an intellectual, emotional, and spiritual connection that has surprised her with its strength. She feels understood by you in a way she may have never experienced before, as if you could see beyond appearances and touch her essence. This feeling of being truly seen and accepted is incredibly powerful and addictive, and is one of the main drivers of this charm she can't ignore. However, the same depth that attracts her also scares her. The angels show that she's wrestling with a series of internal questions. What will others think? Are we in two different life stages? How would this connection fit into my world, into my future plans? These questions echo in her mind, fueled by years of social conditioning and past experiences that may have left scars. There's a palpable fear of judgment, not just from society, but perhaps from close friends or family who may not understand the nature of this bond. She fears that the age difference may become a focus of criticism or misunderstandings, overshadowing the genuine beauty of what she feels. Moreover, there may be an internal fear about her own expectations. Is she ready for the intensity and seriousness that a connection with someone with your life experience may imply? Does she feel up to this depth? These doubts create significant internal conflict. The heart pulls in one direction, irresistibly attracted to your light, while the mind, influenced by fears and conventions, pulls in the opposite direction, crying out for safety and familiarity. This tension is the crux of the choice she needs to make. The angels want you to understand, dear soul, that this struggle isn't a reflection of a lack of feeling for you. On the contrary, the intensity of the conflict is proportional to the strength of the attraction. If the feeling were shallow, the decision would be easy, the distancing would be simple. But it's precisely because the charm is so deep and true that the choice becomes so complex and distressing for her. She is being invited to transcend her own limits, to question deeply rooted beliefs, and to have the courage to follow her heart, even if that means challenging the status quo. It's a growth process for her, a call to align her actions with her most authentic feelings, regardless of appearances or external expectations. Celestial messengers watch this battle with compassion, knowing that these moments of choice are crucial for the evolution of the soul. They see the beauty of the bond that unites them, the power of the encounter between their energies, but also respect free will and the necessary time for each one to process their own internal challenges. Now, before we continue this message, how about strengthening this spiritual connection even further? Write in the comments 333, a number that symbolizes the support and guidance of beings of light, to call for clarity and discernment in this situation, both for you and for this person. And if you feel in your heart the desire to support this channel so that we can continue bringing messages of light and inspiration like this, please consider kindly using the Worth It Big Time button. Your contribution, no matter how small, makes a big difference and is received with immense gratitude, helping to keep this flame burning for everyone. Continuing the message, let's delve into the exact nature of the choice that this person is facing. It's not just about deciding whether or not to get closer to you, but something more fundamental, choosing between living according to external expectations or embracing the authenticity of one's own heart. The presence of your charm in her life has acted as a catalyst, forcing her to look inside and confront the barriers that she herself has built over time. Your age, in this context, represents more than a number. It symbolizes the breaking of a pattern, the challenge to a socially accepted norm, and that's why the decision becomes so loaded with meaning. The choice, as the angels present it, unfolds in several layers. Firstly, there is the choice between fear and courage. Fear whispers warnings about external judgment, about possible practical difficulties, about the vulnerability of exposing oneself in a connection that goes against the norm. It feeds doubt and hesitation, suggesting that the safest path is to retreat, keep admiration at a distance, perhaps turn it into a platonic friendship, or simply let time cool feelings. Courage, on the other hand, clamors for the truth of the heart. It drives the person to recognize the preciousness of the feeling that was born, to value the authenticity of the connection above conventions. Having courage, in this case, means being willing to face possible challenges, to defend the legitimacy of one's own feelings, and to allow oneself to explore where this bond may lead, even without guarantees. It's the choice between staying in the known comfort zone, even if unsatisfactory, or venturing into the unknown, guided by intuition and genuine affection. Secondly, the choice involves authenticity versus conformity. Living authentically means honoring one's own feelings and desires, even if they don't fit into the molds expected by society or one's social circle. It means aligning external actions with inner truth. Conformity seeks external approval, prioritizes apparent harmony at the expense of personal satisfaction, and often leads the person to repress their true feelings in order to fit in with what is considered normal or acceptable. This person is being directly confronted with this dichotomy. The charm she feels for you, dear soul, is a call to her authenticity. Following this feeling would be an act of personal affirmation, a statement that what she feels is valid and important, regardless of age or any other external factor. To retreat would, in a sense, be yielding to the pressure of conformity, perhaps out of fear of the consequences of being different. Ultimately, the choice also relates to growth versus stagnation. The angels emphasize that each challenge, each emotional dilemma, is an opportunity for evolution. By facing this situation, this person has the chance to expand their understanding of love, of human connections, and of themselves. They may learn to overcome biases, internal or external, develop greater emotional resilience, and trust more in the wisdom of their heart. Embracing this connection, with all its potential challenges, would be a path of learning and maturity. Remaining paralyzed by fear or retreating for convenience could represent a missed opportunity for growth, keeping them trapped in limiting patterns that perhaps no longer serve their soul's purpose. Celestial messengers do not judge any choice, as they understand that each soul has its own pace and lessons to learn. However, they illuminate the options so that the person can make a conscious, aware decision of the implications of each path. Have you noticed that certain coincidences in your life, like the appearance of this person, are not mere coincidences, but rather pieces of a larger puzzle being assembled? Before continuing the message, a special invitation. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, why not do so now? Your subscription is valuable support that allows us to continue sharing messages like this, which can touch and enlighten so many hearts. It's quick, easy, and helps us immensely. Join our community of light. Continuing the message, it's essential to understand that this choice won't happen in a vacuum. It's being shaped by a series of internal and external factors that weigh on the balance of decision. The angels want you to have clarity about these influences, not so that you feel anxious, but so that you understand the complexity of the scenario in which this person finds themselves. This will allow you to maintain your own peace and balance, regardless of how things unfold. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 7. It represents inner wisdom, spirituality, and heightened intuition. Write in the comments, "I receive the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 7, and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love very much." Feel this protective energy surrounding you and those you love. And if this message touched your heart in a special way, consider expressing your gratitude through a "thank you so much." Your gesture of support helps us continue spreading light and hope to so many other souls seeking guidance. Let's delve deeper into the reasons behind this person's hesitation, the obstacles they perceive that make the choice so difficult. One of the most significant factors, as the angels point out, are external pressures and fear of social judgment. We live in a society that, despite advances, still harbors many prejudices regarding relationships with significant age differences, especially when the woman is older. This person may be anticipating malicious comments, disapproving looks, or even the incomprehension of loved ones. The fear of becoming the target of gossip, of having their relationship questioned or ridiculed, can be a powerful deterrent. They may fear the impact this connection would have on their reputation, their social circle, or even their professional life, depending on the context. This fear is not necessarily a weakness, but an understandable response to an environment that does not always embrace diversity in forms of love. They may be imagining uncomfortable scenarios, like introducing you to friends and family and having to deal with negative reactions or intrusive questions. The energy required to constantly defend or justify one's emotional choice can seem exhausting and wearing. Beyond social pressures, there are internal fears, which are often even more paralyzing. This person may carry limiting beliefs about themselves or relationships, internalized over the course of their life. Perhaps they believe, even if unconsciously, that they don't deserve such a deep and authentic connection, or that something so good can't be real or lasting. There may be a fear of intimacy, of fully surrendering to a feeling that seems so intense and transformative. The age difference can trigger specific insecurities. Will we be able to keep pace with each other? Will we have common interests in the long term? What if physical attraction diminishes over time? These questions, although often based on stereotypes and not on the reality of the individual connection, can generate considerable anxiety. Past relationship wounds may also be influencing their perspective. If they've been hurt in love, betrayed, or abandoned, there may be a greater fear of getting hurt again, especially in a situation that already seems complex from the start. The self-preservation instinct may lead them to prefer the safety of distance to the risk of vulnerability. Another obstacle may be the perception of different life stages. They may worry about distinct life goals, with priorities that perhaps don't align perfectly. For example, if they still have plans to build certain things or to live experiences that they imagine would be more suitable for a different stage, they may question whether a connection with you would fit into those plans. This concern can be amplified if there are significant differences in terms of career, family situation, or finances. They may fear that these disparities will create frictions or difficulties in the future. It's important to note, dear soul, that many of these fears and obstacles may be based on assumptions and projections, and not necessarily on the concrete reality of the connection between you. However, to the person who feels them, they are real and need to be processed. The choice they face involves, therefore, not only deciding about you, but deciding to confront these fears, question these limiting beliefs, and assess whether the potential of the connection outweighs the perceived challenges. The angels watch this process with patience, sending waves of courage and clarity to help overcome these internal and external barriers. But that's not all. There's something even deeper happening in the way they perceive you. Before we continue, how about a moment of release and inner peace? The angels suggest a powerful exercise to relieve the weight of hurts and resentments which can cloud our vision and keep us tied to the past. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, that you would like to forgive. No need to detail just the names or initials. As you write, visualize each one of them. Send a wave of love and say mentally or out loud, "I forgive you and release you. May peace be with you." Feel the lightness and freedom that genuine forgiveness brings to your heart. Repeat this practice every day, even if for a few minutes, to strengthen your inner peace and release accumulated anxiety. Now, continuing the message, let's turn the focus back to you, dear soul, and to the role that the angels invite you to play in this scenario. In the face of this person's hesitation and internal conflict, it's natural that feelings of doubt, impatience, or even insecurity may arise in you. You may wonder if you did something wrong, if your charm wasn't enough, or if the age difference is, after all, an insurmountable obstacle. The celestial messengers want to soothe your heart and offer a higher perspective. The primary guidance from the angels for you at this moment is, keep your light. Continue being exactly who you are, with all your authenticity, wisdom, and grace. The charm that this person perceived in you is not something you need to force or fabricate. It's the natural expression of your evolved soul. Trying to change or diminish yourself to meet their expectations or to alleviate their fears would be a disservice to yourself and the truth of the connection. Your strength lies in your integrity, in your ability to remain centered in your own worth, regardless of external circumstances or others' choices. Remember that your life journey, with all its accumulated experiences, forged the extraordinary person you are today. Your age is not a limitation, but a testament to your resilience, learning, and inner beauty that has only deepened with time. Embrace this truth with confidence and do not allow the other's hesitation to shake your self-esteem. You are worthy of love, respect, and admiration just as you are. The angels also advise you to cultivate patience and compassion. Understand that the person in question is going through a complex internal process. The choice they face is not trivial and may require time and courage to be made. Pressuring them or showing resentment for their indecision may actually intensify their fears and push them further away. Instead, send them energy of understanding and silent support. Maintain an open posture but without fixed expectations. Allow them to navigate their own feelings and dilemmas at their own pace. This doesn't mean waiting passively or putting your life on hold, but rather continuing to live fully, focused on your own well-being and growth, while allowing the universe to orchestrate the unfolding of events. Trust that what is meant to be yours will find its way to you at the right time and in the right way. Your inner peace should not depend on their decision. It's essential, dear soul, that you use this moment to strengthen your connection with yourself and with the spiritual plane. Meditate, pray, spend time in nature, do activities that nourish your soul and raise your vibration. The more connected you are with your own essence and with higher guidance, the clearer you will have about the situation and the easier it will be to maintain your emotional balance. Ask your guardian angels what this situation has come to teach you. Perhaps it's a lesson about detachment, self-worth, trusting divine time, or recognizing the beauty of connections that challenge norms. Every human interaction brings with it a gift of learning, and focusing on that learning can transform a potentially distressing situation into an opportunity for spiritual growth. Remember that you have an active role in your own happiness. The charm you exert over this person is a reflection of the light you carry. Don't let their indecision extinguish that light. On the contrary, use it to illuminate your own path, even more attracting into your life everything that resonates with your true essence. Your elevated vibration is your greatest protection and your greatest power of attraction. There's something very important that you need to know about the energy that is forming around this decision. The energy around this situation is intensifying, dear soul. The angels indicate that the person's period of contemplation and hesitation is approaching a climax. The internal tension they feel, the conflict between heart and mind, between desire and fear, has reached a level that can no longer be sustained indefinitely. It's like a stretched string, ready to vibrate with a new note or to break. Something is about to happen, an energetic change that will likely result in a more concrete action or decision. Celestial messengers don't dictate the future as free. Will is sacred, but they observe energy flows and perceive when a cycle is completing and a new one is about to begin. And the prevailing feeling now is one of imminence, of an approaching definition. This person has been receiving stronger and stronger signs and synchronicities, pushing her out of the comfort zone of indecision. They may be vivid dreams with you, unexpected encounters that remind her of the connection, conversations with third parties who, unknowingly, touch on sensitive points of her dilemma, or simply a growing internal feeling of urgency that the time to choose is running out. The universe is, in a way, conspiring for her to face the truth of her feelings and take a stand. Inertia is no longer a comfortable option. The anguish of indecision is becoming more painful than the fear of acting. She feels she needs to resolve this internal issue to be able to move forward, whether towards you or in another direction, but with clarity and peace of mind. The ambiguity has become unbearable. The angels show that she has thought about you with even greater frequency and intensity lately. Memories are no longer just nostalgic. they come loaded with a what if. What if she had been braver? What if she had ignored conventions? What if she allowed herself to live this connection? These questions hammer her conscience, driving her to seek answers. She may be mentally reviewing the interactions they had, looking for clues in her words or gestures, trying to decipher her feelings and possible receptiveness to an approach. The initial charm has not diminished. On the contrary, the distance and reflection may have made it even more idealized and desired. She perceives more and more the unique qualities that attracted her to you and feels the lack of that energy in her daily life. This turning point is crucial. The choice she makes now will have a significant impact not only on her life but also on yours, dear soul. That's why the angels emphasize the importance of you staying centered and connected to your own inner truth. Be prepared for whatever the outcome may be, knowing that it will be aligned with the greater plan for the evolution of the souls involved. The energy is moving quickly, and it's likely that you'll feel this acceleration. Pay attention to your intuition, to the signs you may also be receiving. They may give you insights into what's to come or simply reinforce the need to take care of yourself during this transition period. Remember, your peace does not depend on her choice, but on your ability to accept the flow of life and trust in the divine wisdom that guides all steps. What will happen next depends on her courage to embrace the truth of the heart. Have you noticed that certain coincidences in your life are not mere coincidences, but subtle messages from the universe guiding your steps? Share this video with 2 loved ones who need this message of hope and faith. Sometimes a friendly word at the right time can change everything. Let's build together a chain of love and mutual support, spreading light to those who need it most. And now take a moment to connect with your protector. Leave a comment with a simple prayer or gratitude for your guardian angel. Strengthening. This connection brings us peace and security. Continuing the message, let's explore the possibilities that open up from this turning point. As the angels always emphasize, the future is not a straight and immutable line, but a field of potentials, influenced by the choices made in the present. The individual in question is facing their crucial choice, and it's important that you, dear Alma, are emotionally prepared for the different paths that may unfold, always keeping your self-esteem and well-being as a priority. One possibility is that courage prevails over fear. Driven by the intensity of their feelings and growing dissatisfaction with indecision, this person may decide to take a step forward. This can manifest in various ways: an honest and open conversation where they express their feelings, fears, and desire to explore the connection with you, an invitation to meet, a clear change of attitude, demonstrating greater openness and emotional availability. If this is the chosen path, it will be a testament to the strength of the charm you exert and their ability to transcend internal and external barriers. In this scenario, it will be up to you to decide how to receive this approach. The angels advise you to listen with an open heart, but also with discernment. Evaluate the sincerity of their words, the consistency between what they say and what they demonstrate. Allow yourself to feel what this reapproachment awakens in you, without rushing to define or label. Remember your own needs and limits. An authentic connection is built on the basis of mutual honesty, respect, and the willingness of both to face challenges together. Another possibility is that fear and external pressures are still stronger. Despite the charm and desire, the person may conclude that they do not have the strength or willingness necessary to face the challenges they perceive. They may choose to retreat, perhaps gradually distancing themselves, avoiding contact, or communicating directly or indirectly, that they prefer not to take the connection to that level of depth. This may manifest as prolonged silence, evasive responses, or a shift to a more superficial interaction. If this is the chosen path, it's natural that you, dear Alma, may feel disappointment or sadness. Allow yourself to feel these emotions, but do not let them define your worth. Their choice in this case would not be a rejection of your person or your charm, but rather a reflection of their own limitations and fears at that specific moment in their life. It would be a decision about their own ability to handle the situation and not about your dignity or attractiveness. The angels would envelop you with comfort and remind you that self-love is your safe harbor. The closing of one door often opens others, and the universe may have other wonderful plans reserved for you. There is still a third way, that of prolonged ambiguity. The person may continue to oscillate, giving contradictory signals, approaching and distancing themselves without being able to make a definitive decision. This scenario can be particularly exhausting for you, dear Alma, as it keeps you in a state of uncertainty. In this case, the angels advise you to establish clear boundaries to protect your own energy and emotional well-being. You do not need to stay trapped in a cycle of waiting and doubt. Communicate your needs assertively and lovingly. If clarity does not come from their part, perhaps it is you who needs to make a decision. The decision to move away from ambiguity to preserve your peace. Regardless of the path that unfolds, the angels emphasize that your journey continues, rich and full of purpose. This connection, even if it does not bloom as you imagined, fulfilled a role. It brought to light feelings, reflections, and perhaps important lessons for both. Trust that everything happens for a greater reason, even if we do not always understand that reason immediately. Keep your faith, your optimism, and above all, the love for yourself. Your inner light is your compass, always guiding you towards what is best for your soul. Dear Alma, we have come to the end of this message, but on the threshold of a new understanding, the angels wish to bring clarity to the delicate and powerful dynamic that involves you and this person who has been so deeply captivated by your essence, even aware of the years that adorn your existence. Her journey, marked by this attraction that challenges conventions and places her before a crucial choice between following her heart or giving in to fears and pressures, is a reflection of the complex battles that many souls face in search of authenticity and true love. The celestial messengers illuminated the corners of this situation, not to dictate a result, but to offer perspective, comfort, and guidance, both for her and, most importantly, for you. Let's remember the essence of what was revealed. The charm you exude is genuine, an emanation of your inner light, the wisdom accumulated, and the beauty that transcends the surface. Your age, far from being an obstacle in her eyes, has become an integral part of that fascination, representing maturity, stability, and a depth that drew her irresistibly. However, this same intensity awakened within her an internal conflict, a struggle between the courage to embrace an authentic feeling and the fear of judgment, complications, and vulnerability. The choice she faces between authenticity and conformity, between growth and stagnation, is a significant test for her soul, an invitation to transcend self-imposed and social limitations. Her hesitation does not diminish her value, dear soul. It only mirrors her personal journey. For you, the guidance of the angels was clear. Remain anchored in your own light. Continue to radiate the unique beauty that is yours, nurturing your self-love and spiritual connection. Your strength does not lie in changing to please or in waiting passively, but in living your life with fullness, grace, and trust in the greater plan. Patience and compassion for her process are important, but never at the expense of your own emotional well-being. Establishing healthy boundaries and focusing on your personal growth are acts of self-compassion and wisdom. Remember that. Your life journey, with all its rich experiences, is the source of your power and charm. You are a beacon of resilience and wisdom. Now, as the energy moves towards a decision point for this person, the focus lovingly returns to you. Regardless of the path she chooses, the angels wish for you to recognize the immense value that resides within yourself. Your story, your experiences, the person you have become. All of this is precious and worthy of celebration. Do not allow external indecision to sow doubts in your heart about your ability to attract and live meaningful and authentic connections. You are complete within yourself. The love and admiration you arouse in others are a reflection of the beauty that already exists abundantly within you. The most important validation does not come from outside, but from the internal recognition of your own invaluable worth. Consider this experience, dear soul, not only as an episode about a potential relationship, but as a chapter in your own story of self-discovery and empowerment. What have you learned about yourself through this interaction? Perhaps you have rediscovered the strength of your own magnetism, the beauty of your maturity, or the importance of staying true to yourself. Perhaps you have learned more about patience, compassion, or the art of letting go of expectations. Each interaction, each emotional challenge is an opportunity to polish the diamond of your soul, making it even brighter. Be grateful for the lesson, whatever it may be, for it contributes to your continued evolution. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, orchestrates encounters and situations to help us grow, heal, and align ourselves more and more with our soul purpose. Trust that the future holds wonderful possibilities for you. If this specific connection blossoms into something deeper, may it be built upon solid foundations of mutual respect, honesty, and courage. If the path leads to a separation or redefinition of the relationship, know that this too is part of the divine plan, opening space for new experiences and connections that are more aligned with your current moment and the desires of your heart. Don't cling to a single outcome. Keep your heart open, but also protected by your inner wisdom. Continue to cultivate your interests, your passions, your friendships, and above all, your relationship with yourself. A rich and fulfilling life is built upon multiple pillars, and romantic love, although beautiful, is only one of them. The angels surround you now with an energy of peace, acceptance, and deep self-esteem. They celebrate the incredible woman that you are with all your history, your strength, and your light. They ask that you look in the mirror and see not only the traits of time, but the beauty of the soul that has lived, loved, learned, and continues to blossom. Your age is a crown of glory, a testament to a life lived with intensity and meaning. Wear this crown with pride. Dance with life, laugh freely, love deeply, starting with yourself. Your radiant energy is a gift to the world and will continue to attract people and experiences that resonate with your elevated vibration. Trust in the flow, trust in yourself, and know that you are loved and supported unconditionally by the celestial kingdom, today and always. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "I am valuable at all stages of life and deserve authentic connections." Share your experiences, your feelings, and your reflections in the comments below. Your story may inspire and welcome other souls. If you liked this video and felt the loving presence of the angels, please like and subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content and messages of light like this. Your participation strengthens our community. Thank you for watching, for opening your heart, and for allowing celestial guidance to illuminate your path. We'll see you in the next video, with more love and light to share. Note: the original text uses você, which is singular and formal in Portuguese. In Australian English, the equivalent would be you, which can be both singular and informal. I have used you throughout the translation to maintain the original tone and style.